Just 10 minutes a day can protect your independence. These low-impact moves reduce pain, improve mobility, and help you stay active without injury. This isn't just about feeling better for an hour or two. This is about preserving your ability to walk through the park, to get up from a chair without assistance, to play with your grandchildren, and to live in your own home with confidence and freedom for years to come. In the next few minutes, we will not simply list exercises. We will go deeper, exploring the science behind why our joints ache and how specific, gentle movements can act as a powerful form of medicine, rebuilding your body's resilience from the inside out. To truly understand the solution, we must first have a clear picture of the problem. What is actually happening inside a painful knee or hip? Many people imagine it as bones grinding directly against each other, a harsh and destructive process. While that can be the end stage, the real story starts much earlier, with a remarkable substance called cartilage. Cartilage is the smooth, white, rubbery tissue that caps the ends of your bones within a joint. Its purpose is to provide a slick, low-friction surface that allows bones to glide past each other effortlessly. But it's more than just a slick surface, it's a living cushion. The best way to understand how it works is to think of your cartilage as a dense, high-quality sponge. This sponge is bathed in a special liquid called synovial fluid, which is the joint's natural oil and nutrient supply. When you move and put weight on a joint, you gently compress this cartilage sponge, squeezing out old, waste-filled fluid. Then, when you release the pressure, the sponge expands again, soaking up a fresh supply of nutrient-rich synovial fluid. This constant pumping action, this cycle of compression and release, is precisely what keeps the cartilage healthy, nourished, and resilient. The problem for many of us after 60 is that this process can break down. Through years of use, injury, or inflammation, the cartilage can begin to thin and lose its smooth texture. And crucially, if we stop moving because of initial pain, we interrupt that vital pumping action. We starve the sponge. It no longer soaks up the nourishment it needs, becoming drier, more brittle, and less able to cushion the forces of movement. This creates more pain, which in turn leads to even less movement, and a vicious cycle begins. This brings us to one of the most common and dangerous myths about joint pain: the idea that if a joint hurts, you should stop moving it completely to let it heal. It's an intuitive thought. Our natural instinct when something hurts is to protect it, to immobilize it. We've been taught this since childhood when we scraped a knee or twisted an ankle. But when it comes to the chronic pain of arthritis, this instinct is fundamentally wrong and can accelerate the decline of the joint. When you immobilize a joint for an extended period, you trigger a cascade of negative effects. First, as we just discussed, you cut off the nutrient supply to the cartilage. The sponge begins to starve. Second, the muscles surrounding the joint begin to weaken from disuse, a process called atrophy. These muscles are your joint's primary support system, its natural bracing. As they weaken, more stress and shock are transferred directly to the cartilage and bone, increasing pain and damage. Third, the ligaments and tendons around the joint become tighter and shorter, reducing your range of motion and leading to profound stiffness, especially in the morning. Modern rheumatology and physical therapy have completely overturned the old prescription of prolonged rest. The scientific consensus is now clear: motion is lotion for the joints. Appropriate, gentle, and consistent movement is not only beneficial, it is one of the most essential non-surgical treatments we have for managing osteoarthritis and maintaining function. Before we dive into the specific exercises, it's critical to establish the golden rules of moving safely when your joints are already sensitive. These principles are your guardrails, ensuring that your efforts heal rather than harm. The first and most important rule is that all movement should be low impact. This means choosing activities that don't jolt or jar the joints. Low-impact exercise is any movement where you keep at least one foot on the ground at all times, or where your body is supported by something else, like water or a machine. This minimizes the stress on your hips, knees, and ankles. The second rule is to always honor the warm-up and cool-down. Think of your muscles and connective tissues like a piece of taffy. When it's cold, it's stiff and can snap easily. When you warm it up, it becomes pliable and resilient. A warm-up of just 2 to 3 minutes, something as simple as marching gently in place or doing slow arm circles, increases blood flow to the muscles, making them more prepared for activity. A cool-down, which involves gentle stretching, helps prevent stiffness and improves flexibility after you're done. The third, and perhaps most subtle rule, is to learn to listen to your body. You need to become an expert in distinguishing between two different types of sensations: the good pain of a muscle working and the bad pain of a joint in distress. Muscle fatigue or a mild burning sensation is normal. It's a sign your muscles are being challenged and are getting stronger. However, sharp, stabbing, or shooting pain within the joint itself, or a significant increase in your baseline joint ache, is a stop sign. It's your body's way of telling you to ease off or modify the movement. Our first exercise is perhaps the safest and most accessible starting point for anyone experiencing significant stiffness or balance concerns: chair yoga. The chair is not a crutch, it's a tool. It provides a stable base of support, removing the fear of falling and allowing you to focus entirely on the quality of your movement and breathing. This practice is exceptional for improving flexibility and restoring range of motion. Let's explore 3 foundational moves. First is the seated cat-cow. Sit on the edge of a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor and your hands on your knees. As you inhale, gently arch your spine, lifting your chest and looking slightly upward, creating a cow shape. As you exhale, round your spine, tucking your chin to your chest and gently pulling your navel inward, like a cat. This simple movement mobilizes the entire spinal column, which can relieve back pain that often accompanies hip and knee issues. Second is the seated twist. Staying seated, place your left hand on the outside of your right knee. Place your right hand on the back of the chair. On an exhale, gently use your hands to guide your torso into a twist to the right. Only go as far as is comfortable. Hold for 3 deep breaths, feeling a gentle stretch in your back and sides. Return to the center and repeat on the other side. This improves rotational mobility, which is crucial for everyday tasks like reaching for something or getting out of a car. The third move is the seated figure 4 stretch. Sit tall and cross your right ankle over your left knee. You may already feel a stretch in your outer right hip. If you want more, you can gently hinge forward at your hips, keeping your back straight, until you feel a comfortable stretch. This is one of the best ways to release tightness in the piriformis and other hip rotator muscles, which can contribute to both hip pain and sciatica. With all these moves, the key is to move slowly and synchronize with your breath. Never force a stretch to the point of pain. If there is one environment that could be described as a miracle for arthritic joints, it is water. Engaging in water aerobics, or even simple water walking, offers profound benefits that are impossible to replicate on land. The secret lies in a fundamental principle of physics: buoyancy. When you are submerged in shoulder-deep water, the water supports approximately 90% of your body weight. Imagine that. 90% of the stress, the load, the pressure on your hips, knees, and spine simply vanishes. This allows you to move freely, often without any pain, strengthening muscles through a full range of motion that might be impossible on land. But the benefits don't stop with support. Water provides a unique form of resistance. Unlike weights, which provide resistance in only one direction, water provides gentle, 360-degree resistance to every movement you make. When you push your leg forward through the water, you're working your quadriceps. When you pull it back, you're working your hamstrings. You are strengthening the muscles on all sides of the joint simultaneously, building that natural brace we talked about. Getting started is simple. You don't need a structured class. Begin by simply walking from one side of the shallow end of a pool to the other. Walk forward, then try walking backward, and then sideways. Feel how the water resists and supports you. You can then progress to simple exercises like marching with high knees or doing gentle leg kicks while holding onto the side of the pool. The warm water of many community and therapy pools also has a soothing effect, relaxing tight muscles and further easing pain. Many people with joint pain miss the feeling of a good cardiovascular workout. They miss getting their heart rate up and the endorphin rush that comes with it. But they know that high-impact activities like running are out of the question. This is where the stationary bicycle becomes an invaluable tool. It allows you to achieve excellent cardiovascular fitness, strengthening your heart and lungs, improving circulation, and helping with weight management, all with virtually zero impact. The smooth, controlled, circular motion of cycling is particularly beneficial for the knees. It encourages that pumping action we discussed earlier, moving synovial fluid in and out of the cartilage to keep it nourished. It also specifically strengthens the quadriceps, the large muscles at the front of your thigh, which act as the primary shock absorbers for the knee joint. However, the benefits of cycling are entirely dependent on proper setup. An improperly adjusted bike can cause more harm than good. The most critical adjustment is seat height. To find the right height, sit on the bike and place your heel on the pedal at its lowest point. Your leg should be almost completely straight. Then, when you place the ball of your foot on the pedal, you will have the correct slight bend in your knee, about 25 to 30 degrees, at the bottom of your pedal stroke. A seat that is too low forces your knee into a deep bend under pressure, which can exacerbate pain. A seat that is too high can cause you to rock your hips and strain your back. Always begin with zero resistance. The goal is smooth, comfortable motion, not a struggle. A 10-minute ride at a comfortable pace is a fantastic way to warm up the joints and improve blood flow. Now we must address another deeply ingrained and harmful myth, a phrase that has echoed through gyms and sports teams for decades. No pain, no gain. This idea suggests that exercise is only effective if it hurts, and that you should tough it out or push through the pain to see results. While this mindset might have a place in the world of elite athletics, it is incredibly dangerous when applied to therapeutic exercise for chronic joint pain. Pain is not a weakness leaving the body. In this context, sharp, stabbing, or worsening pain is your body's essential alarm system. It is a biological signal designed to protect you from harm, warning you that you are stressing a tissue beyond its current capacity and are potentially causing damage or inflammation. Pushing through this type of pain will not make you stronger, it will lead to setbacks. It can inflame the sensitive lining of the joint, causing swelling, increased pain for days, and a reluctance to exercise at all, thus restarting the vicious cycle of inactivity. A far more intelligent and effective approach is to adopt what physical therapists call the 2-hour pain rule. It's a simple guideline. If you have significantly more joint pain 2 hours after you finish exercising than you did before you started, you overdid it. It doesn't mean you failed. It simply means you've gathered important information. Next time, you need to reduce the duration, reduce the intensity, or modify the specific movement that caused the flare-up. This rule empowers you to find your own unique, sweet spot, where you are challenging your body enough to create positive change without causing a painful setback. While flexibility and cardiovascular fitness are crucial, strengthening the muscles that surround and support your joints is perhaps the most direct way to reduce their daily load. For this, resistance bands are a superior tool for older adults. They are inexpensive, portable, and, most importantly, safer than free weights. The reason is that bands provide what's called progressive resistance. The tension increases as you stretch the band. This means there is less force on the joint at the beginning of the movement, where it is often most vulnerable, and the resistance builds smoothly as you move through your range of motion. Think of strong muscles as a natural, living brace for your joints. The stronger the muscles in your hips and thighs, the less force and impact your knee joint has to absorb with every single step you take. Let's look at 3 essential band exercises. First, the seated leg press. While sitting in a chair, loop a band around your right foot, holding the ends in your hands. Start with your knee bent. Slowly press your foot forward, straightening your leg against the band's resistance. Then, slowly control the return. This directly strengthens your quadriceps. Second is the clamshell, which is vital for hip and knee stability. Lie on your side with your knees bent and a band looped around your thighs, just above your knees. Keeping your feet together, slowly lift your top knee toward the ceiling, like a clamshell opening. This targets the hip abductor muscles, which prevent your knee from collapsing inward when you walk. Third, the seated row for posture. A strong back is essential for overall support. Loop a band around the soles of your feet while seated with legs extended. Grasp the ends of the band and, keeping your back straight, pull the band toward your torso, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Pain is not just a physical sensation. It has a powerful mental and emotional component. This is why an exercise like Tai Chi can be so profoundly effective. It's often described as a moving meditation, a practice that integrates the body and mind. Originating as a martial art, Tai Chi consists of slow, gentle, flowing movements that are performed in a continuous sequence. Research, including studies highlighted by the Arthritis Foundation, has consistently shown that regular Tai Chi practice can significantly reduce joint pain, improve physical function, and critically, improve balance and reduce the risk of falls, a major concern for anyone with lower body joint issues. So how does it work? The slow, deliberate weight shifting from one leg to the other improves something called proprioception. This is your body's internal sense of its position, motion, and balance. Better proprioception means your brain has a clearer connection to your muscles and joints, allowing for more stable, confident movement. The movements themselves strengthen the small stabilizing muscles around the hips, knees, and ankles that other forms of exercise might miss. Furthermore, the focus on deep, diaphragmatic breathing and the meditative quality of the practice can help calm the nervous system, which can actually change the perception of pain. One of the foundational movements you can try is parting the wild horse's mane. Standing with feet shoulder-width apart, you shift your weight, hold your arms as if holding a large ball, and then slowly step forward as your arms gently separate, one rising and one lowering. The beauty is in the slow, controlled, and continuous nature of the motion, not in achieving a perfect posture. Sometimes the most powerful medicine is also the simplest and most accessible. Walking is the ultimate functional exercise. It is the movement our bodies were designed to do, and when done correctly, it is a superb way to manage joint pain. It strengthens the muscles in your legs and core, helps with weight management, which reduces the load on your joints, improves circulation, and provides significant mental health benefits. However, for those with existing joint pain, a simple walk is not always so simple. 3 details can make the difference between a therapeutic walk and a painful one. The first is your footwear. Worn out, unsupportive shoes are a direct invitation to knee and hip pain. Invest in a good pair of walking shoes with thick, flexible soles and good arch support. They are the most important piece of exercise equipment you can own. The second factor is the surface you walk on. Hard concrete sidewalks are the least forgiving surface. If possible, try to walk on softer surfaces like a high school track, a dirt path in a park, or even grass. These surfaces have more give and absorb more impact, sparing your joints. The third key is your form. Walk tall, with your head up, shoulders back, and your core muscles gently engaged. Avoid looking down at your feet. Land on your heel and roll through your step to push off from your toes. Let your arms swing freely. Starting out, your goal is not speed or distance, but consistency. A 10-minute walk every day is far more beneficial than a 1-hour walk once a week that leaves you in pain for days. In our search for relief, the appeal of a simple pill or supplement is incredibly strong. The shelves of pharmacies are filled with bottles of glucosamine, chondroitin, and various other compounds marketed as joint formulas that promise to rebuild cartilage and eliminate pain. It is important to approach these claims with a clear understanding of the scientific evidence. While it's true that glucosamine and chondroitin are components of natural cartilage, and some early, small-scale studies showed promise, the overwhelming body of high-quality, large-scale medical research has been disappointing. Major studies conducted by prestigious institutions like the National Institutes of Health have generally concluded that these supplements are no more effective than a placebo, a sugar pill, for the vast majority of people with osteoarthritis pain. While a small subset of individuals may report some mild benefit, it is not a reliable or scientifically validated treatment. The critical takeaway is this: no supplement can do for you what exercise can. No pill can strengthen your quadriceps to create a natural brace for your knee. No capsule can trigger the pumping mechanism that nourishes your cartilage with synovial fluid. No powder can improve your balance, your cardiovascular health, and your mental well-being in the way that gentle, consistent movement can. While some may choose to try supplements under a doctor's guidance, it is a grave mistake to view them as a substitute for the foundational, irreplaceable work of physical exercise. Understanding these exercises is the first step, but integrating them into your daily life is what creates real change. The goal is to build a sustainable habit, not to overwhelm yourself. A 10-minute daily commitment is a realistic and powerful starting point. You can create a simple routine by stacking a few of these movements together. For instance, you could design a week like this. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, you might dedicate your 10 minutes to strength and flexibility. You could start with 5 minutes of your favorite chair yoga stretches to warm up and mobilize the joints, followed by 5 minutes of resistance band exercises, focusing on leg presses and clamshells. On Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, you could focus on cardiovascular and lubricating movement. This would be your day for a 10-minute session on the stationary bike or a brisk 10-minute walk, focusing on good form and supportive shoes. Sunday can be a day for active rest, perhaps involving some gentle stretching or simply allowing your body to recover. The key is consistency. 10 minutes every single day will deliver vastly superior results compared to a heroic but inconsistent 1-hour session once a week. Tie the habit to an existing part of your routine. For example, right after my morning cup of coffee, I will do my 10 minutes of movement. This makes it an automatic part of your day, like brushing your teeth. The main conclusion we can draw is this: your health is in your hands, and it depends not on following myths or searching for a miracle cure, but on consistent, intelligent action and a dialogue with your doctor. Remember that age-related joint pain is not a verdict. It is a medical condition, and like many conditions, it has effective management strategies. These exercises are your tools. Flexibility from chair yoga, support from water aerobics, cardio from cycling, strength from resistance bands, balance from Tai Chi, and endurance from walking. Each one offers a unique benefit, and together they form a comprehensive plan for taking back control. The most important step, however, is the one you take before you begin. This video is a detailed guide, but it is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Please have a conversation with your doctor or a physical therapist. They can help you confirm a diagnosis, rule out other issues, and create a plan that is perfectly and safely tailored to your specific needs. Taking control of your joint health is about making a wise, informed decision to move your body in the way it was designed to. Every step you take, every stretch you complete, is an investment in a more active, vibrant, and independent future. You have earned it.